Hey, what is going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video. And today I'm going to be doing the Attack on Titan Season 2 Episode 37 Season Finale Review. So, a very good episode. A lot of pretty interesting stuff happened in this episode there. A very good conclusion, I think. We had a little good moment there for all the Mikasa and Eren as myself shippers there. We'll get to that in a second. Yes, we will get to that. But let's get to the episode. Obviously, as you know, the review's a little late, but it was because of my con. I went to a con last weekend, but I did watch it on Toonami. I was able to watch stuff on Toonami, and then just watch on FunimationNow as well. So I get all the goody stuff as well that Toonami doesn't include, as we all know. So let's get to this. So this episode starts off, we have a flashback thing there with Eren and the mother, and it says, why don't you protect Mikasa? Pretty interesting there because Eren, protected Mikasa as a kid there, that's how, she's still alive and whatnot there. Or whatever they decided to do with her, I should say. But throughout the series there, most of the time it's been Mikasa who's been protecting Eren and stuff like that. So, they started off, they show that, and then that flashback, and then you see, the Titan that killed Eren's mom, and he's, all in a, panic, because he wants to take it down. He tells Mikasa, get this, because he's still tied up, get this off me, Eventually she does take it off. But you got, the little buddy person, the beer drinker guy or alcohol guy there comes in. So he wants to, because he remembers when the mother got killed, and it was, he didn't, he was scared. If you remember, in the flashbacks from season 1, he was scared, so he didn't go back, and he just, saved, Eren and whatnot. So because of that, the mother was eaten. So now he's like, I'm gonna avenge the mother. I'm gonna avenge Eren's mother, and I'm going to take this damn thing down. So he's, trying, he's attacking it and whatnot. Meanwhile, this is going on. You got the, a lot of good fighting going on. Commander Eren, he's, still ordering around. There was a scene where he said he was even expendable, and whatnot. Because they want, his mission is to retrieve Eren, and that's it. You know what I mean there? And then retreat. You got Krista, she eventually catches up to Amir. And Amir, like, Krista asks, like, what is, what, or, handing me over will do, or was that just a lie? And, she doesn't really answer, and Krista was like, of course it's a lie. And then Connie is like, come on, you need to get out of there and stuff like that. He's like, no, she will be like, no, I won't hide anymore, my name is Historia, there. And that's her name, and that's what she's going to be going by for now on. So that's going on. And then you got this Titan. There were some Titans still flying around, but too. But you got the beer guy, the alcohol. I call him alcohol dude because he like drinks too much, and so not. I guess he wasn't drunk though when he was fighting this Titan, but still. He he cuts the leg or whatever, puts him down for a little bit, but right when you think he's gonna take this thing down, he gets caught by the Titan there, because while Eren got freed by Mikasa, he bit into his hand because that's how he can turn into a Titan. It didn't work. So now he's just biting, like he's biting his flesh like completely off and shit. And Mikasa's just like, stop, Eren, stop. And this, the beer dude is just drinking, or he's just freaking not drinking, like he's just, he's attacking it himself. He's doing well, but then eventually gets caught. And once he gets caught, the Titans, he's ready to eat this guy now, And Eren, now he really wants to save him because he doesn't want to see this thing, take it down again. So now he's like, biting, and it's still not working. And eventually the Titan, bites down on half of the body of him. And so, you see his eyes closing slowly because he's dead. And so he's dead. I didn't know eyes could close like that once you die. I thought not naturally. Not naturally, though, so that was kind of interesting there. And then he eventually eats all of it. Eren goes nuts. Well, not really nuts, but he, starts crying but laughing at the same time. Really weird, but he's just like, no, I can't protect anybody. I'm like, I'm still just a snot-nosed kid. I can't do anything right no matter what I do and whatnot there. And then Mikasa is like, no, you're not. I have to thank you, for, you being there for me, giving me life purpose and stuff like that. Mikasa basically confessing to her. She has a little blush thing going on. And, it was a really an emotional type, scene. And it felt like Mikasa was going to actually kiss Eren. And it looked like that was what was going to happen. Eren is crying, because, Mikasa, with the scarf, thank you for always being there and stuff like that. She shows the scarf. I thought it was a really cool moment. But, as Mikasa's coming in for the kiss, which I thought was really cool because I was like, okay, they're going to kiss because, like, it just looked the way they were setting it up. It was like, okay, this makes sense. They're going to kiss. But then Eren just, like, steps up and just, like, essentially ruins the moment. And, like, he friggin', like, just, goes right after the Titan. And then afterwards, it was come to the realization that the Titan was charging in. And so that's why, he stepped up, out of that moment. So I do believe they, Mikasa was going to kiss Eren. But Eren being the protector now, because I guess that's what this scene was supposed to represent, was that, Mikasa, is thankful for her, giving that purpose, but she was always protecting him for the most part, with the exception of the flashback, from, when they were kids, how they met. But now Eren is now going to protect Mikasa. I think that was kind of the sign of this scene. Or is that what they were trying to show? And that's why Eren came in, and basically because the Titan was going to punch them, and Eren basically blocked it, himself without his Titan form, may I add. So, yeah, really kind of weird, but nonetheless, it was a good scene. I thought it was a good scene, but I just thought it would have been so much better had they, they were setting that up like really good too. Like, I was surprised they didn't kiss. Like, I thought what was gonna happen was Mikasa was gonna kiss him, was gonna kiss her, or was gonna kiss Eren, and then they were like the kiss was gonna just they were just gonna go off within a couple of seconds, and then because Eren was going to punch the Titan or block the Titan from attacking, and push Mikasa out of the way because of that. But they decided to not do it entirely. So yeah, good scene though still. It's pretty much confirmed Mikasa and Eren are now a thing. Well, at least I think. Now, for the public disclaimer thing, information available for public disclaimer, which that did come up on the not on the Toonami broadcast, but on the FunimationNow stream service. So if you have the stream service, you've seen this. If you only watched it on Toonami, then you didn't see this. I watched it on Toonami first, and then I watched it on the stream service. I have both, but I'm just saying. But so basically, if you did watch this on the Funimation stream service, it was really fast because there was 3 parts to it, and all 3 parts only got 2 or 3 seconds of screen time, which I thought was very piss poor. But I guess they did that because they had a lot of animation they wanted to do, and they didn't want to waste screen time, I guess. And so that's why they only did 2 to 3 seconds per slide. But basically the translated text was information available for public disclaimer, unyield vows, I'm sorry. So this is the first thing they said. They said, though extension researches and / accounts of various indication, it has become clear that the scouts of Titans which have long plunged humanity are of human origins, which it's kind of obvious at this point. The colossal Titans, which destroyed the wall at Shinshan district, is a human possessive the ability to transform into a Titan domestically by its intent to breach the wall with the purpose to exterminate humanity. So I'm guessing the colossal Titans were, I don't know, because the first slide kind of contradicts the second slide. That's all I'm going to say. If the colossal Titans are the purpose of extincting humanity, how are they born as humans to begin with? It's kind of hypocritical there. But so far we only have one colossal Titan, and that's Bertel. Right? Because the other ones... Oh, wait. Yeah, right? Isn't the yeah, he's the colossal, and he's and Rhino's the armor. I guess they both are colossals. I guess, maybe, I don't know. No, because I thought there was a specific category for both of them, since he can only do what he can do, and Rhino can run around and do his stuff, which is why Bertel can really never transform into a Titan ever, when he's always on, Rhino's back or whatever. It's because he can't transform because he can't run. He's very slow. That's what my whole thought process of that, but that's what they said. So now then, the part 3 of this was Titans are not sent by the heavens to punish us for our sins, but invaders that must be driven back. Thus we swear by the blood our brothers and camaraderies have spilled, winging wars against this foe. We shall not relay our land nor yield the fight. And that's the end of the quote. So it's interesting and long, descriptive, but again, it's 2 to 3 seconds. So if you have the FunimationNow app, you're gonna have to pause it and read it, because it goes way too quick for you to get all 3 parts. So after that, Eren uses a new ability where he basically makes a hand gesture or a fist gesture, and all of a sudden the Titans that are around the area just, come to his aid and basically take out the Titan that killed his mother. They mutilated him, though. They just absolutely mutilated him. And so then they get out of there, or they meet up with Armin, who at this time Armin is also assisting one of his friends too. He saves him, and so while he's trying to defend him too, there were some images of him, or some moments of him, waving around his sword, trying to protect his friend. Too. Eventually, he gets on a horse, and he meets up with Eren and Mikasa, and they, say, "Can you ride?" And he's like, "Yeah, well then get on," and stuff like that. Commander Ervin says, "Retreat. We have Eren. Let's go." Also, while this is happening, Eren also does use his abilities one more time to have the Titans then, after they mutilate the Titan that killed his mother, to attack Bertel and Rhino, and that's what they do. Rhino is like, how am I going to protect Bertel? He's exposed because he's on his shoulder and stuff like that. There was also a mention, something by Rhino was mentioned too, about how can someone like Eren get this special power. I think it was called the collab power or something like that. So Eren does have some type of special power, and I guess we seen it. And he even said, unless we can get it back now, we're screwed. So it was very important, and even Amir realized this. He had even mentioned, so that's why Rhino has been so desperately trying to get Eren. And and then she also mentions maybe there is life on the wall, because she was saying that there was no life on the wall. We still don't exactly know why she means that, but she says maybe there is a life on the wall, so behind the walls. So I mean, there was stuff like that mentioned by Amir. Again, not much stuff is clear yet, but they kind of explain stuff. While they're all leaving, Amir eventually decides to go back, I guess, and help Rhino and Bertel, while they're being attacked by the Titans. And Crystal's not happy about this, and they forget about it, and Mir just, talks and says thank you and stuff like that, but I have to, go and do this. She felt Krista, or whatever. She, like holding her hair or whatever as a Titan, and so she goes back and aids them, and she aids them, and because Bertel probably would have died because he couldn't transform into a Titan at that moment, so he was exposed, and probably would have been eaten. Maybe a Titan would have been able to transform into a human then. I don't know. But yeah, Bertel was definitely exposed because he couldn't transform into a Titan, and Rhino was the mover type Titan, and freaking Bertel was this colossal Titan that can't move around at all in Titan form. So yeah, so they all retreat. The scouts all retreat, and so next thing you know, after that they have a narration thing by Armin, talking about how the people at Wall Rose, had to go into a different town, and that this food supplies was limited, and that if this kept up, that they were going to either have to be savages and eat one another, or they were going to, starve. Eventually, a week later, Walrose was safe. They tried to get Walrose safe immediately, so everyone could, go back there. And that's what happened within a week. So then after that, they, you see Captain Air or Commander Ervin, he's in the hospital or whatever in a bed, all bandaged up and stuff like that. You see Levi, Commander Levi, Hanji, and Commander Hanji and Connie. They're there. Commander Pixis. They're all there, and Connie lays out the theory about his town being the one that were the ones that caused this attack and whatnot. And they said at this time it's a theory, but that's what they believe right now. And so then Levi is just, he can't believe this, that all this time, the Titans that they've been killing were people and stuff like that, and that's what they believe right now at this time. Eventually Connie and her Hanji, they leave, and then you got then Levi and Commander Ervin still in the room, and you get a weird thing from Commander Ervin, and that was some weird smile. And Levi was like, "What's with that smile?" He's like, "Oh, it's just that we made, a step forward, about, what's going on." And, Levi, has this weird look on it. He has a shocked look on his face when that happened. And, he talks about it, hopefully we'll be still around. Levi says hopefully we'll still be around to make those tribes realized, basically, on what's been going on. But I want to get back to the smile thing, because the smile thing was weird. It was a weird thing. I was thinking to myself when that happened, was like, is Commander Ervin turning into a Titan or something? That was the first thing that I thought when he had that weird smile. It was just like, something about that smile was just weird. But we'll see. We'll see later on. But just something about that smile just cringes at me, that, because it didn't feel like that was a natural smile that Ervin would do. Especially, I don't think Ervin has ever smiled before in the series to begin with. So, it was just kind of weird. But that's just speculation at this point. But then after that, you see Eren, Armin, and Mikasa's behind Eren, and then one of their friends is there, and he basically talks about how people sacrificed their lives to save me, and he basically tells them was like, you know is it worth it? Are you worthy of that sacrifice and stuff? You need to prove it. And Aaron agrees. He says, I have to prove that my sacrifice was worth their sacrifice was worth dying for saving me. I have to earn their trust. um and also Armin comes up with the theory that did you know about him possibly being able to control Titans, since he was the one that it seemed like he was controlling the Titans, and Armin had that theory that yes, you probably did. um so that was that whole thing about that scene. And then again, uh, there was the whole ending where they say we need to make strive forward, and that was belief Erwin and Levi. And then they went to the ending, which left with a cliffhanger, and that was they went to the top of the wall, and there was that gorilla thing that we seen in episode 1, or not episode 1, episode 1 of season 2, which I believe was episode 26 overall. That guy, who hasn't really been around that much in this season, but we thought he was going to have a big significance in something in this season. Well, apparently he's going to have big significance in the next season, because he was right there on top of the wall. And then there was this new character who was on his back. He had yellow hair, and it appeared he had glasses, but he had like a dark black shadow, so you couldn't see what he looked like, because they want you to speculate, I guess, who he is. So that's how they ended the episode. Overall, I thought it was a pretty good ending to the season. I am looking forward to seeing what they do with season 3. Hopefully Eren and Mikasa are still the main focus, especially Eren, because that's how it should be, because Eren's the main character. Overall, this was a good season. I didn't like the first couple of ways they handled it with the first couple of episodes, where they didn't really show Eren that much. Hopefully they show Eren more, because I've heard people saying that Eren might not be appearing in the show that much in the next season, which I think is kind of stupid, because the whole anime is built around Eren. The whole story is built around Eren. He's the main character. That's how it should work. That's how it's always supposed to work when it comes to stories that are built around certain characters. So hopefully they continue that, because that's how it should be. As I said before, the main characters are always the main focus. Not that any other character is important, but it needs to be built around the main character. So we'll see what happens to that. I can't see them not having Eren that much featured in the next season, because they just gave Eren this new ability, so obviously they have to exploit what this new ability is about, which we don't really know that much about it yet. I mean, we know that he can do it, but we don't know why he can do it. We don't know what makes Eren so special. We don't know any of that stuff yet, and we still don't know anything about the damn key. We still don't know anything about Eren's father's key or whatever that was given in the season. I have not forgotten that. I am not going to forget that. I am not going to forget it, just like the GS ball in Pokemon. We don't forget that shit. Okay? They made us try to forget about the GS ball, because that was supposed to be a Celebi in Pokemon. And they ended up deciding not to do it, because they ended up having Celebi in a movie instead, as we all know, Pokemon Forever. And so then they just gave it to somebody. Then Ash just gave the GS ball to somebody. And then we never heard from the GS ball again. besides like one call and an update about it, and then that was it. In the next episode. But that was it after that. The GS ball was forgotten. It was never heard from again. And they're doing the same shit with the key here, because we hear like we heard one reference about the key in this season, and then that was it. And then they just went into their own direction again, and that's what they did in the first season. They went into their own direction after that with Annie, which, I mean, I did like the Annie direction, but I don't forget about the key stuff, man. You cannot just leave that alone and just be like, yo, we're just gonna forget about this. Like, they need to like exploit that better now. Like, come on now. Like, it's never mentioned that much. Like, it's supposed to be like a key thing here, like literally. But yeah, I did like the season overall, with the first couple episodes being uneventful but okay, and good episode. And like I said, would have liked to see Mikasa and Eren kiss, but they decided to do Eren protecting Mikasa instead type thing. But it was a good moment, and clearly shows that Mikasa loves Eren, and I think Eren is the same at this point now. But we'll see in the future. But that's what I think right now, and I'm happy for that. So let me know what you guys think about this episode, and what do you think about the overall season, and what do you think is going to happen next? As we all know, Season 3 will be coming out in 2018 at some point. I don't know if it will be around the same time as this year, next year, or if it will be earlier, maybe. Maybe it will be earlier. Some people have told me that it will be 26 episodes. 25 or 26 episodes, which is good, if that's true. If that rumor is true, and they are actually going to give us a full 26 episodes rather than 12, that would be really good, because I feel that Attack on Titans needs to be more than 12 episodes. And from what I've heard, that this isn't even the finish of the arc. Like in the manga or whatever, I guess that the manga, this particular arc is much longer than 12 episodes. So Season 3 of the anime is going to probably have, if they do 26 episodes, it's going to probably be either an extended version of the rest of this arc, or it's going to be the rest of the arc, and then it's going to be going into the next arc as well. But let me know what you guys think. Comment, rate. Like I said, if you haven't watched this, it's available on the FunimationNow if you have the Funimation stream service. But it is also going to be running again on Toonami through its entirety at, I believe, 3:30. Either 3 or maybe it's 3 a.m. Eastern time on Toonami on Sunday, or it's 3:30 a.m. It's one of those times. I don't remember for sure, but it's around there. That's when they're going to have the rerun for it, starting this weekend. So you guys can check that out if you haven't seen that, or just buy the FunimationNow stream service and get it. So that's about it. Comment, rate. If you like this video or any of my other videos, please subscribe. And that's about it, guys. I am the SS Ultimate Goku, and I'm out of here. Peace.